Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year! Welcome to Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast for Boss Rush Games. I am LeRon Dawkins, your host, and right beside me, pressing square this week, are my fellow stationaries, Nellie Lott and Austin Campbell.
That's right.
I'm a Pisces.
On duty tonight.
So is my wife. That's scary.
That's why. That's why y'all get along the way y'all do. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, it makes sense. All right, on duty tonight in the fourth chair and returning for another round is our good friend Dan Murphy, better known as the Indie Insider of Nintendo Power Block. Welcome back, Dan.
Hey, thanks for having me back, you guys.
So how's everybody's New Year's?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Really good.
Yeah, it's super relaxing. It was nice.
I thought it was the 4th of July, though, but I mean,
Was the ball dropping like that?
oh, they were popping fireworks like hardcore over here, and I live behind a park.
Wait, like a state park or like a city park or what?
It's a city park.
A city park, okay. Hey, Mamoru, what's going on tonight? Guys, we gotta make sure it talks about Final Fantasy VIII tonight. We gotta make sure.
Oh, no.
How good it is or how bad it is? Are we on our good side today or on our bad side today?
You know how I feel about it.
Yeah. I'm indifferent. It's not, it's not great, but
It kind of offends me, but we won't get on that.
just play 9. Just play 9 and 7. The two games around it are what make it, those are the good ones.
Yeah, for sure.
I was watching a lot of YouTube news over the last week because we had that nice week off, and Final Fantasy VIII appeared on 4 different YouTube videos showcasing basically I think one was like hardest boss battle. One of the hardest boss battles that make you just want to just like not play the game anymore. That was one of them. There was another one that talked about the convoluted plot, which there was a convoluted plot. There. 3 out of 4 of them were basically reaffirming why. She said, "I need names." But 3 out of 4 of them were basically reaffirming everything that I had problems with the game. So I didn't feel too bad. I actually watched a lot of content online to try to broaden my perspective and my scope on a few things and stuff like that. So just like with the whole Paper Mario Origami King fiasco in our Boss Rush chat, I try to get information and stuff like that. Sometimes it devolves into a slugfest, but I mean, I try. I want to keep my options open. Let's put it that way.
I mean, Final Fantasy VIII does have a fantastic soundtrack. I'll give it that.
It does. And you know what? I actually wasted a lot of time playing that freaking card game. I did.
Oh, boom, do.
Okay, the music to that was kind of corny, but I mean the card game was fun, and I found myself running throughout all the damn towns and schools and stuff, trying to trade the cards and stuff, get good stuff. Mm-hmm. So that is one of my good takeaways from that. But like I said, I had a bad enough experience with the game that I got to the second disc and I was like, I'm done.
Oh man, I at least finished it so I could really get angry at the story.
No, I will drop a game like a hot potato if there's an issue I have with it.
Now, this isn't one of the questions for tonight, but now I have to ask, what's the best card game inside a game?
The best
and why is it Gwent?
I was just about to say Gwent. I was
I love Gwent.
I
played more Gwent than I did The Witcher. I can honestly admit that.
Didn't they make it own standalone game for Gwent? Didn't they make one?
They did.
Yeah,
they did, and I played more Gwent on that as well than I did Gwent on The Witcher, and I played Gwent on The Witcher more than I played The Witcher.
That was such a missed opportunity to make that an app, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's an app now. You can play Gwent on your phone now.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
All right, I guess I gotta
Because I
delete
was
all
like,
these
bye,
other
I
ones.
mean,
I said bye Hearthstone. I'm playing Gwent now.
I'm halfway waiting for The Witcher to drop. Price drop on Switch, so I can just get it. So I have portable Gwent.
They need Gwent on Switch. I keep looking. I look for it about once a month. I'll type it in the search bar, just like, did it come out? Did it come out on Switch?
You know,
Nope.
you know what they,
Okay.
you know what they need, like that mobile game I've been playing, Teppen, that card game that's
Yeah.
using all the Capcom properties and stuff like that. They need to put that on Switch, especially given the fact that like it's touchscreen and everything. So like it seems like a no brainer, given that on mobile, like it uses the touchscreen, the touchscreen functionality. All right, well let's get into some housekeeping real quick and let's get this show on the road. All right, this is episode 18 of the Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast of Boss Rush Games. Each week we come together to bring you the latest news, rumors, games, and general discussion in the world of PlayStation. Crossroads is here live on twitch.tv/Exodus803 Tuesday evenings at its new time slot, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are glad for every single one of you out there that can join us and be part of the conversation. If you're unable to join us live, make sure to head over to youtube.com/BossRushGames or any of your favorite podcast services every Thursday to listen to the show. Remember to like, share, rate, subscribe, and review to us wherever you check out our show. Why is that? Because it helps out immensely with our discoverability. Also, make sure to check out our growing family of podcast show available on BossRushGames.com. So, 2020 is here. And some exciting times are coming because PlayStation is going to be bringing the heat this year with their exclusives and diverse lineup of indie titles. So, before we get into all this conversation, what's on everybody's PlayStation tonight? All right, so for everyone... wait. Oh, go ahead.
2021.
2021?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say 2020?
Yes.
I did? I did?
You did.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, please pay no attention to me. Like I promise you guys, I'm drinking kombucha. I'm not drinking alcohol tonight. So
LeRon loved the year 2020 so much he wanted to stay in it.
Oh.
Oh, we got Mass Effect to get.
The only reason why I want to do another repeat of 2020 is just to play the games I missed out on last year. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Everyone that checked out our show last week, we talked about how we kind of slacked on 2020 titles. So yeah, so that's the only reason why we want to redo a 2020, because 2020 was a good year as far as gaming was concerned, but it was a dumpster fire for everything else.
We apologize for the top 25 games list. We did not bring a very good PlayStation representation.
Hey,
I mean, The Last of Us got snubbed.
yeah.
That's on
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah. Had I played it, I think it would have made my list. I would like to think that Ghost of Tsushima and all that, but no.
That was the one. That was the one thing I said too.
Instead, I played Sacred Symbols on my Vita. That was the 2020 game I played. So
Actually, The Last of Us 2 won enough awards at the game show, so
yeah.
It did need our piddly Nintendo.
and I still can't wait to play it.
Neil Druckmann was going to be on our show, but he decided no.
After he saw
these guys hate me.
Yeah, after he saw how we did him wrong.
He's like, really? You put Fall Guys over me now? Fall Guys made the list, but I did it.
Threw his laptop out the window and he saw Paper Mario ahead of him.
He saw Paper Mario, Xenoblade Chronicles, the remastered of the remasters, whatever number remaster it was.
That one was mine. You saw your own.
Just in case you, just in case for the.
We did Paper Mario. I forgot.
I know Paper Mario was so close to making top 10 with Boss Rush Games. I'm like, man, y'all have issues.
Ron probably put like negative. He tried to put negative points on Paper Mario just because.
in case you guys out there know, I just wonder what we're talking about. I just shared a link to the Boss Rush Games best of what was it, top 25? Yeah, top 25 games of 2020 from everybody at the Boss Rush Games crew. Yes, a PlayStation title did make top 3 though.
That's true.
Yeah, a
I don't care what it says. PlayStation 7 counts.
Yes, exactly. And
It was Final Fantasy VII, right?
And yes,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7
It was
and
8.
Not 8.
I'm muting her microphone. All right, so back to it. All right, so for anyone who's wondering, we have a new segment. It's called "What's on Your Plate Station." Thanks to the wonderful Mama Ro for the name of that segment, because we're talking about food over here on the Crossroads Show now. So instead of doing what everybody else does and talking about what they're snacking on right now, we're gonna actually have some pizza talk tonight. So, all right, guys. So three questions here. What makes the best pizza? What makes the best single pizza topping? And what can ruin a pizza fast? All right, who wants to start? What makes the best pizza?
I choose Austin.
Here's the thing with pizza, man. There are so many good kinds of pizza that I am down for. I like the classic pepperoni. I like adding jalapeno. I like a good taco pizza. I like a good Alfredo pizza. I like a good barbecue chicken pizza, buffalo chicken pizza. It's hard to go wrong with pizza. Like, if you give me a bad tasting pizza, like Little Caesars can just like fart one out whenever it wants to, and I'll still eat it. Like, if you give me a pizza that actually tastes bad, I don't know where you're getting your pizza from. Are you getting it from Mars or something? Like, I just don't understand how you can mess up pizza, to be quite honest.
Oh, I bet a Martian pizza might be the bomb, though. I mean, they have ingredients we've never heard of.
Yeah.
That's
Here's
true.
the thing, though. It has to be the sauce, right? Every single pizza has a sauce on it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the toppings are. The bread is just a vessel, right? It's carrying everything. The flavors is what's on top of it. So I'm gonna go with sauce. That's what makes it. That's what makes a pizza for me.
So here's a question. Here's a question. Do you prefer the traditional like Italian pizza sauce, or do you like a good marinara, or what? Like, what's the one pizza sauce that it makes you buy the pie?
All of them.
Barbecue.
He said all of them. It doesn't matter. It could just be olive oil with some freaking herbs in it, and that's the sauce.
See, now margarita pizza is also good.
Yes,
margarita pizza.
yes.
Yeah, the olive herb. Yeah, that's another one of my favorites. So
That's an awesome one.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, I think it's the crust though, because like, think about it. If you're eating a pizza and you're not eating the crust, is it that good of a pizza?
I have
Is
friends.
it that good?
I have friends who will eat everything but the crust of the pizza. Like they will like the actual end of the crust is like that is like the well. I'm a fat ass first of all, so like bread doesn't stand a chance with me, you know. So I mean, so I look at people like they're freaking aliens if they're not eating the freaking crust.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so Nellie, did you have some input on this? Because I'm with Austin. It's the crust.
Well, I do like the sauce and I do like the crust,
Mhm.
but cousin talking about pineapple.
No, she said she did. She said
Wait.
no. She said she doesn't like pineapples.
Oh, if you don't like
Oh,
that.
thank God.
I don't like it on my pizza, but I test a pineapple
Oh
up.
my
But deep dish I
God.
can't get with.
Oh my God! Come on now.
I can't get.
It depends on. First of all, it depends on the pizza. But I can do pineapple on the pizza depending on what the other ingredients are. Like I mean, like pineapple and chicken, yes. Pineapple and ham, yes. Pineapple and sausage, are you crazy?
I have a confession to make.
Uh-huh.
I was highly against pineapple on pizza for a long, long time. Until I had a certain pizza that had pineapple and pepperoni and balsamic vinaigrette, and like this stuff went hard.
Wait.
This stuff was so
A
good.
balsamic vinaigrette?
Yeah, balsamic vinaigrette. I swear, man. I was like, because I went. It's a place called Hideaway. It's a chain in Oklahoma. They might have some other places, but I looked at it, I was like, "Are you serious? Like, this is what you ordered?" He's like, "Trust me, dude." I ate it. I was like, "You were right." Like, I'm now okay with pineapple on pizza. Now, I don't want it on like any pizza. I don't want it at Domino's or something. I don't want their pineapple on pizza.
No.
But this one in particular, I was like, I'm okay with this.
All right. Well, since we're talking about pineapple on pizza, what makes the best single topping? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Like a really good cut of pepperoni. Like I mean, and we're not talking like your bargain bin, pepperoni that you get from like the regular pizza joints and stuff like that. But like when you go to actual like restaurants or pizzerias and stuff like that, when they have like the really good pepperoni and stuff on there, I feel like that is the one single best topping. And I'll even abide by like the super oily pizza because pepperoni and mozzarella like is just like a freaking oil swamp. By the time it comes out the oven.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do deep dish though. I see cousin repping in Chicago, but I can't do deep dish. I can't eat pizza with a fork.
I mean, I can eat deep dish if I'm trying to just like stuff myself.
Yeah, but that's about it.
Yeah. Have you guys ever had St. Louis style pizza?
Probably. I can't say.
No,
I can't say I reckon.
It's something you'd remember.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let me explain this for you because it's probably the worst thing you'll ever taste. Like this is actually a bad pizza. So
Wow.
the crust is paper thin, right? So you can't taste anything on there. They got sauce that they put sugar in, so it's super super sweet. And then they have cheese called Provel cheese, which is only famous in St. Louis for it's terrible. That's why it hasn't left the city. And they put it all together and they call it a pizza. And it's terrible. I'm gonna order one for you guys.
It's nonsense basically. Okay. So.
Now you had me at first because that paper thin like crust I'm okay with because if it's like crispy and stuff like that I'm okay with that. But then the sweet sauce, I'm not down for that. I like a little more spice in my pizza sauce.
Yeah, it's gotta be spicy, savory, or tangy. It can't be sweet.
I just don't want my sauce to give me diabetes.
Right.
I mean, yeah, because I mean you're already
it could be anything else.
Yeah, I mean, because you're already getting like the high blood pressure combo with the bread, with the crust and the toppings and all that stuff. You don't need diabetes up in the mix either. Yep. Well, I mean, I'm glad you mentioned sweet sauce because the next question is what can ruin a pizza fast. So I think we're all in agreement here. A sweet sauce will kill it.
And pineapple.
Yeah.
And pineapple.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right. Here's what it is. It's called the Bomb. It's Hideaway red sauce, which is their marinara, mozzarella, Genoa salami, pepperoni, basil, pineapple, balsamic drizzle, Parmesan herb shake. If you ever come around Oklahoma area, you see a Hideaway, get that pizza. It'll change your mind about pineapple on pizza. I swear, because I was highly against it. Now I've come around.
You know what? The one thing I'll say this: when it comes to the Boss Rush people, the Boss Rush crew and stuff like that, I trust Austin's food suggestions. I want to say I trust Logan, but I trust him to an extent because I mean he started to do like the whole gastronomy and all that stuff, and I'm like dude, like I get it. Like technically, cooking is technically chemistry, but at the same time, you shouldn't be experimenting with food like how you do.
He's putting brownies in barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
You can't trust anyone who puts pickles on top of their buns. Like, what sense does that make? He's like, oh, that's just how they do it in Kansas City. That's stupid. stupid. No one should put pickles on top of their buns.
And on the flip side, like over at Pow Block, man, I'm sorry, Ed scares me with some of the stuff that he'll put in his mouth. I say that I say that with sheer concern.
Now, I think now I have to say it's the Southern Midwest in me, man. Like, we don't care what's in it as long as it tastes good. If it gives us diabetes, if it gives us cancer, colon problems, liver problems, we'll still eat it anyway. As long as it tastes good, that's all we care about. Your blood pressure is gonna spike anytime you come down here, but it's gonna be the most delicious food you'll have ever had. So,
all right.
I'm at least trying to live past 50, so I probably got to pass.
yeah.
All right, so guys, you guys tell us now, what makes a pizza a pizza? Like, what's your favorite single topping? What makes it the best, and what can ruin it? Hit us up over our Twitter at @PS_crossroads. And now it's time to jump into some blurbs before we hit the news and events. So first up, guys, things are going out of control. Like, I mean, 2020 was just a year of hacks. I will say that because Koei Tecmo had to take down both their European and their U.S. Websites following a cyber attack. It was reported that a cyber attack on Koei Tecmo has seen its English language websites temporarily taken offline. The intrusion happened on Christmas Day and doesn't appear to have had any financial information compromised, but the publisher has confirmed that the information that may be at risk includes account names, encrypted passwords, and addresses. As of the time of the writing, it has not been specified whether or not it means email addresses or full postal addresses. So just be aware of that, guys out there, especially if you have like any information tied into Koei Tecmo apps or franchises. New images were revealed for the Uncharted movie. All right, so over on the official Twitter page for the Uncharted movie, there have been shared several shots to closed out last year. I'm sorry, I'm reading this news like it's current time, and a lot of this came from the back end of 2020. So sorry if I feel like I'm time traveling here. The images feature close-ups of what appear to be maps, a statue, and a seemingly significant artifact that is going to be used throughout the film. While there is a hand in one photo, it's unclear to whom it belongs. So no spoilers about like who may have it in their possession or anything like that. The Uncharted movie was originally scheduled for a 2016 release. Wow, we've been thinking about this game for nearly 5 years now. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Uncharted has had a somewhat troubled production. This film currently stars. Well, we know it currently stars Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg as respectively Nathan Drake and Victor Sullivan. In addition to Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, the film is also set to feature Sophia Taylor Ali as Chloe, Tati Gabrielle as Braddock, which I don't recognize that character. Do you? Braddock, is that a new character, or is that? I don't recognize that name from the Uncharted franchise.
Yeah, I think that must be a new character.
Okay,
I don't recognize it.
yeah.
Mm.
And then Antonio Banderas is also set to star in the movie as a currently unnamed character. And to close out the blurbs for tonight, hey, Limited Run Games celebrates a 2.5 million physical copy milestone being surpassed. Now you know what? We were talking about Limited Run Games a couple of weeks back on one of the Boss Rush podcast shows, and it's amazing to see that these guys are doing phenomenal things for the gaming community. Going strong for 5 years now, Limited Run Games hit the milestone of moving over 2 million copies of their physical editions. Sharing the news via Twitter, Josh Fairhurst, the owner of Limited Run Games, gave a big thanks to the supporters and gamers that made it all possible. If you guys don't know about it, I don't know. Some people are living under a rock. Limited Run Games provides an important service in creating amazing physical collector's editions across all platforms for indie titles, alongside ultimately giving indie titles the opportunity to be preserved in a physical version. So we got to give a big thanks to Limited Run Games. And in all seriousness,
Yeah.
I honestly have been fumbling on buying certain things because I'm not one of those people that really double dip that much. Like if I buy it on digital, I think it's enough for me. But what I may do if I have an idea that the game is going to come out physical, I may hold off on a digital purchase just to have it in the future.
Mm-hmm. Have you all bought any limited run games?
I haven't.
No.
I have one.
And let me guess,
Shovel Knight on Vita.
I was just about to say, let me guess, it's for the Vita.
Yeah, Shovel Knight on
For
Vita.
the V.
Hey! Limited run games might be the next big thing to keep the Vita alive.
Yeah, well, yeah, that and PlayAsia. PlayAsia's been doing a lot of work on keeping.
Wait! PlayAsia, they don't actually produce games; it's distribute, right?
Yeah, they distribute, but they're they're getting them out there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. So to get the scoop on all these blurbs, links have been provided in our Twitch stream chat. Go check them out, and then continue the conversation with us over on our Twitter page. All right. So, hey Austin, any questions from the audience tonight?
So we have one, and it's actually from my buddy Corey Stiles, which you can see his podcast, Short Sighted Cinema. I do podcasts with him. He asked. Wait, actually, I might have more than one question. Corey Styles asks, games from the PS2 era that needs a reboot.
Games from the PS2 era that need a reboot.
Two PS2. Okay.
Zone of the Enders.
Oh, I gotta go. Ooh.
Zone of the Enders is one I would pick.
I hear that title all the time, but I don't know what that game is.
Okay,
I don't know what it is at all.
Okay, it was produced by Hideo Kojima. It was basically a mech adventure game where it's been across two games. They made the original and they made a sequel. The first game featured, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're on Jupiter. Yeah, well, not on Jupiter, on one of the moons of Jupiter. Like a human settlement on one of the moons of Jupiter. Get attacked, and the first character and the character that you wind up with is this young boy. He's part of some distant group franchise group of kids and stuff like that. But he winds up getting control of this mecha called Jehuti, and it's an AI controlled mech. Well, it's a mech with advanced artificial intelligence, and it's a battle mech and stuff like that. And so this little kid, well, not this little kid, like maybe really young teenager gets a hold of this mech. And basically goes on a fight against, I want to say it was a liberation front that was trying to take control of the colony that they were at and stuff like that. So that was the first story. Like, I mean, it was kind of angsty given that it was following like a little young teenager and stuff like that. But then the sequel came out and it's called Zone of the Enders: The Second Runner, and this one follows a different pilot who finds the Jehuti mech on one of the moons of Mars. And that one, it just ratcheted the whole game up, like the franchise. Actually, right now they re-released it recently on Steam and I think it's on one of the PlayStation stores. Maybe PS3, but it might be on PS4 too. But yeah. But I mean, I would love for that one to get a reboot or come back. That's the first one I can think of off the top of my head.
SSX Tricky. That's one I want to see because snowboarding games aren't cool anymore.
They are.
That game was so much fun. I would love to see that.
Out of all the launch titles for PS2, I ran SSX into the ground.
Yeah. What about you, Nelly?
Mine's not that exciting. I want to see Bully come back. Updated.
Everybody wants Bully.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, mine is not that exciting.
I guarantee you, it's a must buy for me. It's a must buy for me if they remake it or remaster it. Like, it's a must buy for me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I was actually going to enjoy that game the way I did. And man, I was playing that game, and I was losing sleep playing that game because I'd be up at like 3 o'clock in the morning playing that game, knowing it's a work night.
Yeah, if we had not got Red Dead Redemption 2, I would still be harping at for Bully 2. I was gonna take either one of them, but I really want Bully 2 still. And I do not like Grand Theft Auto. Like I don't like the controls of most Rockstar games.
Mhm.
But Bully and Red Dead have just broken that for me. Like I just love those games to death. What's funny is the two games that I wanted to have a reboot from the PS2 era got reboots. That's God of War and Ratchet and Clank, and they both got awesome reboots.
Yeah.
But I would like to see a new Shadow of the Colossus. So, I mean, as much of a classic game that is, I would love to have another, boss rush type game like that. So, just to throw the name in there, but I would love to see a Shadow of the Colossus, just a new Shadow of the Colossus game. So,
all right. Well,
and then I had one more question.
Okay.
And that's from Montana Mills. He says, "What's the worst remaster?"
The worst remaster.
Worst remaster.
Prince of Persia.
It's not out yet.
Yeah.
It's not out yet.
Yeah. We can go ahead and say that.
No.
We can already know it's going to be bad.
No. Ubisoft has time to fix that. even though that trailer, man, like the only thing hot about that trailer was the theme song.
Yeah.
I would
That's my answer, and I'm sticking with it.
I would say the worst remaster that I'd seen so far probably had to be the Jack and Daxter remake on the Vita. Like it was kind of a disappointment.
Yeah.
I can't think of any really bad remaster that I played on PlayStation. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles came out on Switch this year, and it was horrible.
Yeah,
like that was probably the only time I really wanted to get my money back ever in a game.
Chris, did they even do anything different from the GameCube version? Because the GameCube version didn't rock the boat for me.
Like the GameCube version was really fun playing with other people. Like it sucked if you played it by yourself, but playing with other people was fun. So like being able to play online would have been great with other people, but they just butchered it. Like it was impossible to play online. Ed and I tried playing online for like 20 minutes. It kept booting us. Like certain people have to be at a certain point of the game, and then you can't progress your game if you're playing on somebody else's file. It was just so bad. And
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think anybody played it like 2 days after it came out.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I thought of another Final Fantasy game that was a terrible remaster. That was Type O.
Oh,
the DS game that got put on PS4.
Oh,
What were they thinking with that one?
I don't know. I remember I worked at Target at that time, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that's the DS game. Why is it? Or it's DS or 3DS, one of them. But I was like, why is it on PS4? What, that doesn't...
yeah.
I don't think this is going to work. And it went on clearance at Target. I got it for $2 because I was interested. I was like, let's see what it is.
And you still didn't get your money's worth.
Yeah, I still didn't get my money's worth. And then Prototype. That was another game that when they did the Prototype remasters for PS4, they weren't great.
Yeah.
Or they're mainly ports, but they did not play well on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Those the Final Fantasy 5 and 6 remakes that were on the Game Boy Advance were terrible as well. Like they changed the graphics around and it looked significantly worse on the newer games. Like I love the original art style of Final Fantasy 6. And
Dan, this might be sacrilegious, but that's how I played Final Fantasy 5 and 6 the first time. I didn't have NES and SNES, so the Game Boy Advance was like my introduction to all the Super Nintendo titles and stuff like that. And yeah,
Well, I mean,
that was
hey,
those were
Well, it was nice talking to you guys. I'll see you later.
Nice meeting you.
I know. You ran Dan off, man. Like here I was sitting here trying to recruit him to keep that permanent spot on the show.
And then you had to tell me you played it on Game Boy.
Yeah, because he was gonna take my spot. I didn't want to take my spot.
All right. Well then, I guess it's that was the final question, right?
Yeah, those are the two questions I had.
All right.
So thank you, Corey and Montana, for sending the questions.
Okay. All right. And for you guys out there, if you want your question read on the show, tweet us at ps_crossroads or email us at crosspspod@gmail.com. You know what? Let me put that in the Twitch chat right now. So
Yeah.
if I got tongue tied, at least they'll know how it's supposed to be. There you guys go. All right, now we can go ahead and break into tonight's news and events. So hey, we got some stuff to talk about tonight, and we got the big topic too. So let's get the show rolling. All right. So first off, January's PlayStation Plus games have been announced. You know what? I gotta say this is a pretty good showing for PlayStation Plus. We've got 2 titles for PS4 and 1 PS5 title, and those titles are Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Greedfall, and Maneater. Okay, so just a quick breakdown of all the games. Maneater is a single-player open-world RPG that also has the nickname Shark PG, where you are the shark. You eat, you explore, and you evolve. And I want to say you start off as like as a baby shark. Do.
Yeah.
And
then you grow up to be the ultimate apex predator.
like Randy Orton. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Lara Croft's biggest adventure to date has you racing to save the world from the Mayan apocalypse, which is landing her in the dense and perilous jungles of South America in Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Nellie, didn't you just get through beating that?
I am towards the end.
Okay. All right.
I didn't beat it yet.
So it's a ringing endorsement for you, right?
Yes.
All right, cool.
I'm telling all my friends to get it.
All right, and last up, final is Greedfall, where you explore uncharted new lands as you set foot on a remote island, seeping with magic, filled with riches, lost secrets, and fantastic creatures. I don't know much about Greedfall, but I did hear some people talking about that game at certain points, so I guess it's pretty decent.
I played it. I actually did play it for, I'd say, probably a good 15 hours. It was pretty good. It didn't grab my attention story wise though to keep me playing. But it's actually a very kind of difficult actually. Like it really does not. It's one if you like games where they really don't tell you anything. Kind of once you get out of the main area, like once you go to open world stuff, it's like it's totally free for all. Like you just figure out what you got to do and stuff. So it's a pretty good game though.
Okay, all right, cool. Fantasy games aren't really my forte. Like my brain has a hard time wrapping around magic, which is why I've said it before on the previous show. Like the Final Fantasy games, like the ones that are like techno magic, I'm good with, but the ones that are just straight fantasy, I don't even know why I'm so hyped for Final Fantasy 16. I guess that trailer did enough to sell me on the game. Because I've never honestly liked the Final Fantasy games that were just straight the medieval aspect and stuff like that. I love having like the sky ships, the airships, and the mechs and all that stuff.
I will say this one's not straight up fantasy. It takes part. I think it's like the 1600s, and it's like an English town.
Okay.
And there's like they're going through a pandemic, so maybe not the best game to play during 2020.
Oh snap.
It's more like science. All the magic is more science based. So if you like Full Metal Alchemist kind of stuff, like that's kind of what it is. But so it is fantasy involved, but it's not like knights and wizards and stuff. It's all science based and stuff like that.
Okay, all right. Not bad. Okay. Before we wrap this segment up, Maneater generated its own buzz after being announced for Sony's PlayStation Plus lineup. After gamers who had recently made the purchase of a digital purchase of the game began receiving a full credit for their purchase and a permanent token that allows them to keep the game unlocked whether they're subscribed to PlayStation Plus or not. The reason why this is a big deal is because like people like Maneater came out and like there was a good buzz about the game, and then like a month later it's announced that it's going to be on PlayStation Plus as a free title. So I commend Sony because they got ahead of like basically a disaster nightmare in PR by saying, hey, if you bought the game digitally on the store, yes, we're going to give you your money back, but you'll also be able to keep the asset no matter if you have PlayStation Plus or not. So I think that's cool. And
that's cool.
And it's honestly a really good thing when we see companies doing this, because we've said it before on this show a couple of times, like these companies aren't your friend. So when we see stuff like this, it's always nice to know that sometimes they are looking out for us and trying to make sure our wallets keep opening up for them in the future.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All these mentioned titles will be available until Monday, February 1st on the PlayStation Store. So go ahead. If you have a PlayStation Plus subscription, go ahead and get it now. I also, as a PS5 owner, cannot help but say, hey, if you also have PlayStation Plus, you also have access to 20 of the top PS4 games from last year that you can play at any time. All right.
And remember, if you don't have a PS5, get on the PS app and go ahead and add those games to your library.
Exactly.
So when you get your PS5, you'll have those games there.
Yeah, work that system.
Yeah.
All right. Our next news topic tonight. YouTube Gamer has its biggest year ever in 2020. So, I was saying earlier before we actually went live on the show that I did spend a decent amount of time on YouTube looking at video game related stuff. So it's nice to know that I helped loan to the over 100 billion hours that were spent watching gaming content on YouTube last year. Now here's the shocker. I was not ready to learn that Minecraft was the most watched game on YouTube gaming. Now
I'm shocked. Not shocked at all.
Wait, not shocked?
It would either
not
be
shocked?
that or Fortnite. Yeah, it'd be that or Fortnite.
I'm thinking Fortnite too.
I was gonna, if I were to guess, I would have guessed Minecraft all the way.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
That or Animal Crossing, but
Minecraft's for the kids, man. They'll eat that stuff up.
I wouldn't have guessed it because Minecraft never hits my feed when I log on to YouTube when I log on to YouTube randomly. I never get a hit from Minecraft, and I get hits for gaming stuff all the time. So, 201 billion views. that's
insane.
Yeah.
That's
201 billion views. Okay, so here's the rest of the article. YouTube head of global gaming, Ryan Watt, shared that YouTube Gaming has his biggest year ever in 2020 with over 100 billion watch time hours and 40 million plus active gaming channels. Yay, I got it. I do have a YouTube channel now. I do. So I'm one of those 400 plus million. Other games with notable high views included Roblox, which was in second place at 75 billion views. You guys said it now, so I agree now. It's the kids. It's the kids. Gotta be. Gotta be, because I don't know a single grown person that's in my gaming series playing Roblox. Now I know some grown people who are playing Minecraft, but I don't know a single grown person that's playing Roblox.
What is
one
Roblox?
person I know played Roblox.
What is Roblox? I can't describe it.
I think it is kind of like Minecraft, where it's a lot of creation stuff. And the only grown people I know that play Roblox have kids who play Roblox, and that's the only thing that they play with them. So I definitely think it's got some Minecraft like stuff to it, and it kind of looks like Mega Bloks almost. I know what it looks like, but I've never seen gameplay of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I could tell you if something is Roblox by looking at it, but I have no idea what it is still.
Yeah, same here, actually, yeah. Let's see. Garena Free Fire was in third place. Grand Theft Auto 5 was in fourth place. I don't know. I don't know what Garena Free Fire is. I think someone asked me recently, have I played it or checked it out before? And I was like, I don't even know what that is. And Fortnite was in fifth place. Garena Free Fire had 72 million views. GTA 5 had 70 million views. 70 billion. I'm sorry, billions.
Right.
And Fortnite 67 billion views overall for the last year.
It looks like Garena Free Fire is a battle royale game that's just on Android and iOS, so it's a mobile game.
Interesting.
So it's a mobile game. Okay.
And it's bigger than Fortnite. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's Fortnite. I haven't played Fortnite, but it says the game consists of up to 50 players falling from a parachute onto an island in search of weapon and equipment to kill the other players.
So here's the question.
Wow.
Here's the question then. Are people just kind of over Fortnite? So games like Fortnite are becoming more popular, or are these games doing something better than Fortnite is doing?
I think Fortnite is kind of dying out.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? I feel like a lot of people still play it.
Yeah, that's the way I feel
the
too.
I think the base game might be dying now. If they were doing all these like events with like the Marvel characters and Star Wars characters, I definitely think it probably would have died out. But since they got all this stuff, I think that's what brings people back in. So I wonder if it dips. So like when the events come on, a bunch of people play, and then it kind of slowly digresses, and then until they get a new event.
Yeah, I feel like older people play Apex Legends, and the younger crowd plays Fortnite, and I don't know who the hell plays what's this game called?
Garena
Free Fall. So yeah, I mean, I feel like people my age play Apex Legends, which is essentially the same thing. I haven't played any battle royale games, so
I'd play more. I'd play more of these games.
I play Warzone.
I'd play more of these games if I wasn't scared of just popping in and getting my ass shot off all the time.
That's wrong.
Once you like, I play Warzone, and the only reason why I like Warzone is because I've won before. And if I had never won before, because I couldn't win at Fortnite. I am terrible at Fortnite. The building stuff I just can't do. So I'm like, I'm out. I don't play. But since I won at Warzone, I've won multiple times. I'm like, I have to I go after it now.
You know what I've heard. What I've heard this with games like that. With games like that, like you're king of the hill in one of those games, but you can't be king of the hill in all of them. So you can't be. So like if you can dominate in Warzone, you can't come to Fortnite and do it. You can't come to PUBG and do it. No. You got it's one of those things where it's not so much stay in your lane, is that you get stuck in your lane.
Yeah. Because I go to Apex with Logan sometimes. I play Apex. I'm like, I'm completely lost. I don't understand this at all. And then like people that never play Warzone play with me, they're like, I don't get this at all. Like this is nothing like Fortnite. Like it's just like
exactly.
It's always like that.
I mean, even people who are like pros at Overwatch like get slammed in Apex.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Also, YouTube also revealed the top 10 creators in terms of gaming views for the year. They include FGTV, Jelly, Flamingo, Robin Hood Gamer, It's Funny, Funny, Laserbeam, Slogo, Mike Crack, Arab Games Network, and Vegeta 777. I'm going to throw all those names. I'm going to throw all those names in the Twitch chat for you guys, just in case, so you can go over there, pop over there, check their channels out, and give them some follows, because we all support our fellow content creators out here over at Boss Rush Games. And let's see, over 80,000 content creators hit 100,000 subscribers. Unfortunately, I was not one of them. More than 1,000 creators reached 5 million subscribers. Again, not me. And over 350 creators crossed the 10 million subscriber mark, according to YouTube. So I have a goal this year of getting 1,000 subscribers or followers. That's my goal this year. I'm probably going to crash and burn hard on that, but that's my goal this year. So head over to freaking YouTube right now and give Exodus803 a follow. Yes, I actually gave my YouTube name out on the channel because it officially is my name now on YouTube. So yes, go there and give me a follow, please. I love you guys. All right, back to the news. We've also seen gaming creators give back in incredible ways this year. Watt said, "The gaming community has always been willing to lend a helping hand when needed. This year, many of YouTube's gaming creators and partnership tournaments raised awareness and money for several causes. That includes the likes of Jacksepticeye, who raised over $660,000 in 12 hours for COVID-19 relief efforts. Courage, I think that's Courage, but spelled Courage, raised over $500,000 doing a 12-hour charity stream for the CDC Foundation. And there are many tournaments held by YouTube Gaming to raise money for organizations like the Call of Duty Endowment, the World Health Organization, and the United Children's Fund. I need more of our first party companies to pay attention to stuff like gamers do incredible things. So I'm not going to shade anybody tonight, but let's just say this: like, think about the next time the opportunities that you may have to get your name out there before you shut down a tournament that's bringing awareness for something. Whether it's mental health or crippling diseases or anything. Like just think about that. Because. Yeah. We do more than just, as gamers, we do more than just put money in your bottom line. We do. All right, and the last. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, LeRon, if it makes you feel any better, I know you. I don't know any of these other guys that are top 10 on the list. So in my mind, you should be number one.
Oh man, I'm sad.
Right there with the Russian Badger, which is the only YouTuber I watch.
What's the name of that pizza joint again? I'm gonna send you a gift card for that place. Oh, you know how to make a fella feel good.
Hey, if you come on down, I'll buy you a pizza too. We'll spread the pineapple love.
That's what I'm talking about. Because I love to eat. And a good pizza is a good time for me. All right.
But see, the only difference between me and you work out. I don't.
I don't either. That pizza goes in and stays in.
Right.
There's no such thing as burning it off in 3 hours.
No.
Nah. It sticks to my teeth and ribs. So.
All right. A last note about the YouTube gaming topic. Also mentioned just last week at the time of that article, the game theorists Matt Pat and Stephanie Patrick hosted a 10-hour charity live stream event to benefit St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. They tripled their goal and raised $3 million with the help of other large creators and gamers like Markiplier, the Game Grumps, Mr. Beast, and more. Like I said, the gaming community is doing big things, and we have to thank platforms like YouTube and Twitch for the opportunity to do stuff like that, and actually help spread awareness and stuff like that, I remember my parents bitching at me that video games weren't worth a damn back when I was a kid, even though they bought them for me, it was a thing that shut me up, and stuff like that. But it's nice to know that that something that a lot of people told us wasn't going to do anything to change our lives is actually changing everybody else's lives.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of Awesome Games Done Quick?
Yes.
Yeah, they're currently doing their week-long stream. I think and all the donations for the week-long stream, they're just doing speed runs. It goes straight to a charity, and I believe they do it twice a year, and I believe the January one always goes to a cancer foundation.
When is Super Metroid and Mega Man 2 being streamed? Those are the ones I always watch.
I don't know when they are. I think they just did Sonic yesterday. I haven't seen them do Mega Man yet. I want to watch Mega Man because I just tried playing and I can't even beat the second boss. So.
Or Mega Man X.
Yeah, Mega Man X.
Yeah.
You know what? I saw you put it out there earlier in the chat, and I love the Mega Man X series, but I'd never really invested any time in them. I'd never even beaten one Mega Man X game, and there's 9 of them, and then 10 of them now.
Yeah. I mean, I beat Mega Man 2 and 3 probably 50 times.
Yeah.
And no other Mega Man game.
Yeah.
I've beaten Mega Man 1, 2, 3. I beat 4 once, and then and then the next game I beat was 8 one time, and then I beat 9 and 10, and yeah, 9 is hard.
Yeah. I actually 11 is really hard, the new one.
Really?
That came out on
Oh, wait,
yeah.
I beat that one too.
Did you?
Yeah, I beat that one too.
I thought that one was tough. I didn't even beat it.
What makes this one tough is the fact that you have like the combination skills and stuff like that with the overdrive skills and the slowdown skills and all that stuff. That's what kind of makes this one tough, because you got to learn how to play the balancing act. And unfortunately, I'm not one of these new generation gamers, so I never got used to playing Mega Man with the shoulder buttons. You know, to switch weapons and the builds and stuff like that. Like, I'm sorry, I played on a freaking 4-button NES controller.
Yeah, give me a start screen.
Yeah.
I can take a breath when I hit the pause button and change my gun.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. So I was actually shocked when I made the leaderboard. When I made the leaderboard for Mega Man 10, I made the top. I want to say I was like top 90, but I made the leaderboard for speed run, and I couldn't believe it because I was one of those people that I was switching weapons with the start menu. Oh man, good times. I love Mega Man. That's one of my favorite series. So I was so glad they revived it with Mega Man 11. I was glad. All right. So real quick, who are some of y'all's favorite content creators? I know, Austin, you just mentioned, who was it? Who was the other one?
The Russian Badger is the only YouTuber I've watched. He's all by himself. He doesn't have a team. His animations are hilarious. All the stuff he does, it's like basically a bunch of shit posting, meme shit posting in his videos, but they're funny. I really like him. I've been following him for a long time.
I'm gonna throw his info up in the Twitch chat. Nellie, who's one of your favorite content creators?
Corey X Kitchen.
I've heard that name.
Yes, I'm part of the Samurai. So Corey, if you ever see this, I love you. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Wait. What was it? One more time? What was that name?
Corey X Kenshin.
Corey X Kenshin. Here we go. All right. Dan, you have a favorite content creator?
I used to watch Grand Pooh Bear a lot.
Yes. Yes.
He's really cool. I like the stuff he does.
Oh, that's why I recognize Corey X Kenshin. You sent me some links to his stuff that one night, Nelly.
Right. Shout out to Boogie as well. I still like Boogie stuff every once in a while.
Wait, Grand Pooh Bear, doesn't he do a lot of the freaking like Mario Maker like runs?
Yeah, that's how I started following him.
You know,
if we talking Mario, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You know, him and Ryukar, like I will watch Ryukar play any freaking Mario Maker board out there. That dude's a freaking machine.
An animal.
Yeah. He is a machine. Oh my god.
He'll beat any hot garbage level. The Mario Maker streamers are pretty fun.
Exactly. Like I didn't know it was a thing until I heard the word Kaizo hacks. I did not know what that was. I did not know what that was, but you know, for years I've been seeing like this really broken stuff happening in Super Mario, and I was like, oh, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, Kaizo is like this hyper technical level made in Mario Maker.
Well, if that's the case, we're gonna shout out Dashy Games too, because he plays a lot of Mario Maker on Saturdays.
Wait,
not complete.
Is Dashy still streaming? Because that's a name I've heard that name for years.
Oh yeah, Dashy. Yeah, he's still on it. He's another one of my favorites.
Well, there you go. Like I just updated the Twitch chat with a bunch of YouTube content creators that you can go check out with their links and everything. No, I'm not gonna sneak and put mine in there.
And also shout out to Poise and Couple New.
Oh yeah, yes. Oh yeah, so there you go. Like, hey, like, help these guys get to their next milestone in followers this year, 2021. Like 2021 is going to be a phenomenal year in gaming, and that actually rolls us into not only our next news topic, but also our big topic coming up, which is Sony's PlayStation 5 is the rising star for gaming in 2021. I don't have anything fancy to say about this, so I'm just going to start naming games. Deathloop, Ghostwire Tokyo, Gran Turismo 7, Returnal, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart,
100%.
Horizon Forbidden West.
Woo!
We'll see.
Yeah.
Kenna, Bridge of Spirits,
Woo!
Stray, and
Yes.
we can't leave out God of War 2 Ragnarok.
We'll definitely see about that.
This is going to be a phenomenal year in not only gaming but also gaming exclusives. And Sony is going to explode this year. So I'm really hoping that everyone has a chance to get a PS5 sometime this year, because there's so many great games coming out here. So I just mentioned all those games. What do we want to talk about here?
I want to say Returnal, man. There's two games, Returnal and Ratchet and Clank. Those are the two.
Clank,
Do you know how messed up it is that Returnal and Monster Hunter Rise come out on the same day?
It ain't right. It ain't right.
I got.
You know what that means, LeRon? Beat it.
You got to sell one of your monitors.
OnlyFans account coming up, y'all.
Yep.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, because tomorrow's my final workout with my personal trainer. He moves to Georgia, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it to be able to start this OnlyFans account that you guys keep talking about.
Hey, do you need someone to distribute and publish? I mean, I might be able to give me a little bit of a cut, and I'll start putting it out there. I'll start commercializing it.
The most I'll give you is 2%. That's the most I'll give you.
All right, you're doing all the dirty work anyways.
Out of those games I just mentioned, like, I am really amped, of course, for Ratchet and Clank and Returnal and Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. Everything else on that list I am getting, though. So, like, I mean, when I saw gameplay of Deathloop, I was like, okay, even though this feels just like freaking what was the freaking games?
Talking about the VR one?
No, Deathloop. By the same group that made those games? Disavowed.
Oh, Dishonored.
Dishonored. Yeah.
Dishonored.
It looks just like Dishonored, but it looks better.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. So that was one of those things. I need to sit down and honestly play Horizon Zero Dawn, because I am amped for Horizon Forbidden West, but I need to play Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
It's on like mega sale right now on the PlayStation Store.
Oh, I have the.
I think it's like $10.
Yeah, but I have it for the PS Plus collection.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the next archive game that I'm going to play after I beat Final Fantasy VII.
Sorry.
Which no, Dan, I haven't returned to it to get to chapter 2, but I'm I'm right at the edge.
No, I mean, it's a good pace. By the time you finish, it'll be 2024.
Wow.
Hey,
We'll get Final Fantasy 7 Part 2 by the time you finish.
2 and 3.
Probably not.
Actually, that was my plan all along. Originally, like, I was thinking about just holding out and doing what I did with Mass Effect I accidentally did with Mass Effect Trilogy, where by the time I got to play them, like, they were all out in one box for $60. And for a little while, I thought about doing that for Final Fantasy VII, because I was like, do I need to, like, I don't like waiting years for the next part of something. I don't. Like, I have anxiety, like Star Trek Discovery. This week is the season finale, and then it's off for like 9 months. I have anxiety when I don't have new content. When I don't have new content. So that's probably another reason why I'm taking it slow with Final Fantasy VII. But I need to go ahead and beat Final Fantasy VII soon, so I can get back to Cyberpunk, and then I can get onto Horizon Zero Dawn.
I actually just added Horizon Zero Dawn to my gaming log. Well, I'm excited now.
By the way, are
that,
you?
that was one of my favorite PlayStation 4 games. It's top 3 in
Yeah.
my book.
Oh yeah. Oh, Logan keeps beating me over the head with it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Are you guys doing that backlog challenge?
I might as well. I'm writing down all the games that I'm playing anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm gonna have to ask Ed, like, here, count this up for me. I don't I don't remember what all the ones are worth.
Yeah, I think I'll have Ed do my Yoshi coins. I'll just submit them to him.
If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you need to head over to bossrushgames.com and check out the Boss Rush Backlog Challenge. I'm not going to give you guys a lot of details about it, but I will throw you guys a link in the Twitch chat to save you guys some trouble. So again, over to bossrushgames.com and check out the Backlog Challenge. But we're going to keep going because outside of all those games I just mentioned, you would also think, as part of our big topic tonight, that Sony and indie games are in like this crazy love triangle with gamers and stuff like that, because Sony has doubled down on their commitment to indie games, and you know what, Dan, I'm glad you're here tonight because I know you know a thing or two about indies.
Yeah, so I watched this little trailer that you sent us for PlayStation. It has about 10 indie games coming up. I actually hadn't heard of any of these indie games, but looking into it, it's actually kind of impressive because PlayStation. So I looked into a lot of these games. 5 of them are debuts for these developers.
Mm-hmm.
So these are brand new developers, brand new games. Like the first game that they preview is Marquette. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Maquette. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, so that's by a team called Graceful Decay. It's a group of 4 people, and this is like it looks like a really cool puzzle game. So where you kind of basically have to just find your way out. You have a key. You change basically the sizes of things. So that game looked really cool. Team 17, who does Worms Rumble, they've done Overcooked games before. I'm not sure you heard of those.
I love Overcooked.
Yeah, so this is one of those.
Oh my god, my roommate tries to steal my Switch just to play Overcooked.
I have it for PlayStation. Me and my cousin play it sometimes.
Now, did any of y'all play Worms Rumble?
No.
No, I haven't.
It's fun. It's actually fun. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
It was the free game last month for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. Yeah, last month or 2 months ago, one of them.
It was last month.
It was last month? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I liked it.
What did you play it on? What platform?
I played it on PS4.
Oh, nice.
It's a lot of fun. There's like I'm pretty sure it could get up to like 40 people in one battle. It's a pretty big map, and you're just, you got Uzis and AK just shooting rocket launchers, grenades, and it's
so
just a giant
guns.
Yeah, it's and if you never played the old Worms games, it was like a tactical. You would take turns shooting each other or whatever, throwing grenades, rockets, the holy grenade. But then this one is just like all of you are moving at the same time, and there's 40 people in a map. The map's big, but sometimes you all just end up going to the same place anyway, and it's just hectic. And you got it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Grappling hooks everywhere. It's nice. It's pretty interesting. I didn't think I enjoyed it as much as I thought, or as I did.
Yeah, that's awesome. Some of these games are just so simplistic. It's great. I mostly play my indie games on Switch because for some reason having them in handheld mode feels the best.
Agreed.
I played Celeste on PS4 and I was it was like, this is great, but it feels wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just think it's cool that PlayStation's like giving all these new developers a chance to showcase their stuff on PlayStation, which you don't usually see with like Sony or Xbox. They typically want someone that's a little more established, or if their games have been more established on Steam before bringing it over to their system. You know what I mean? So that is a big step.
Just so everyone's kind of up to speed on what we're talking about, I have put a link out to the main article. But last July, Sony made the announcement about their PlayStation PlayStation Indies initiative, which is headed by a former Sony Worldwide Studios head, Shuhei Yoshida, with a singular goal to spotlight and support indie games. And in a quote, Yoshida said, "The indie community is increasingly important for the future of the video games industry, as AAA game development has grown so financially demanding that big companies are finding it harder to take risks to invest in new concepts that may or may not work." I like that line because it explains why companies like CD Projekt Red have gotten in trouble recently with Cyberpunk 2077. Big ambitious game, but I mean, for the most part, and this is me as a fan of Cyberpunk, there has been some letdown. I'm not, the game is still great for me, but there is some letdown in there. We trust indie developers with strong vision will continue to bring ideas that have never been tried before, creating new genres of games and advancing the art and meaning of video games. Games like Bugsnax on PS4 and PS5 kind of led the way with that awareness into the new generation for PlayStation. Bugsnax, that I can honestly say that wasn't a game for me, but I did try it out and it's quirky. And and that's all I'll say about that. And then you've got over on
Awesome.
PlayStation Now, if you still subscribe to that, like you may have noticed, like games like Hello Neighbor showed up.
LeRon, you've been gone for
LeRon.
like a good solid minute and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
we were talking
just,
about Pats.
we just lost you.
Wait, what? Wait, did I drop?
Yeah, you actually disappeared.
Yeah.
All right, hey everybody. Sorry about that. Had some issues there. I'm not sure what happened, but basically had to reset the stream, so I do apologize for that. So I kind of know where we left off at, so let's just jump right back into it. Continuing what Shuei Yoshida was saying in his statement. The indie community is increasingly important for the future of the video game industry, as AAA game development has grown so financially demanding that big companies are finding it harder to take risks to invest in new concepts that may or may not work. Now, I'll say this: I do like that statement from him because, let's be honest. We play a lot of games that are considered AAA titles, and we're disappointed a lot because a lot of it sounds like more of the same. A lot of it can be big letdowns and things of that nature. For example, like I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077 right now. I love the game, but yeah, there are some things about the game that kind of have let me down, and this is crazy because I started upgrading my computer just to try and get the best experience on Cyberpunk. And don't get me wrong, I'm having a phenomenal experience on Cyberpunk 2077 because I do not have it on my base PS4. I think that's a saving grace for me. And I'm sorry if I'm hurting somebody's feelings about that. I'm sorry because that's not my intention. But I'm just saying, like, what Mr. Yoshida is saying about like how a lot of AAA companies, don't have the expense or the luxury to try new things out. Like it's totally understandable, and the indie games developers don't get enough credit for that. We always honestly, like I still know people who look at indie games as like poor man's gaming. I do, and it's crazy because I played some wonderful like indie titles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would say that like 50% of the games that I've enjoyed the last 3 or 4 years have been indie games. It's not been the AAA titles. Like if I go back the last 3, 4, 5 years, half of my top 10 games would probably be indie games, just because they're that much of a part of the system now.
Exactly. Yeah. Yoshida also went on to say that we trust indie developers with strong vision. We trust that indie developers with strong vision will continue to bring ideas that have never been tried before, creating whole new genres of games and advancing the art and meaning of video games. I like it. I like it. This guy has vision, and he has vision for Sony and PlayStation, and it's great. Games like Bugsnax came out, and for real, Bugsnax, not really my game, but I did mess around with it for a little bit, and it's actually quirky and fun. It's not going to be enough for me to invest my time in. I did pick it up for free on on PlayStation Plus, but that's about as far as it goes for me on that one. And then but when I say Sony has the commitment to it, like Bugsnax was the start of the PlayStation Indies initiatives for PS5, whereas back in July, like Hello Neighbor was the first one that they decided to roll out with on PlayStation Now. And Hello Neighbor is actually a fun game. It's a dark game. It's a dark game because when I figured out that you were a kid like breaking into this guy's house and this guy is trying to kill you, I was like, what the and it leaves nothing else, and it leaves a lot to the imagination too, because man, when that dude catches you, like he's the last thing you see.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up this topic, here are some of our picks that PlayStation gamers can look forward to in the new year. We've got Kenna Bridge of Spirits, which I mentioned in our last segment. That's a must-have game for me.
Yes, that's the first day to buy.
Yeah, exactly. We got Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, which yes.
I might play this one. I might actually play this game more than I did the other ones. I didn't like the first ones.
Let's see. We also have Oddworld Soulstorm. I mean, yes. For real, yes.
For real.
Is it? I've never played an Oddworld game, but this one looks like a Pikmin game. Like, it looks like Pikmin. There's all these little dudes. It's platforming with like 100 different characters on there.
Yeah. I
don't know if that's what even supposed to be, but that's what it reminds me of, is Pikmin.
I can see that. I can see that. Oddworld has always been one of those odd games, but it's fun. And I mean, like, that's a franchise that the first Oddworld game came out on PlayStation, PS1.
The original PlayStation.
Yeah,
that's the only one I've played.
Yeah, and then it's had other games like across various other consoles. Like there was one on Dreamcast. Of course, there was one on PS2. There was an Xbox exclusive for A Stranger's Wrath, I think it was. Yeah, so Oddworld has a good standing, and this Oddworld looks different from the other ones, because what you're saying, that one piece of gameplay about like being followed by like hundreds of them, I don't think that was done in any other games. So yeah. Let's see. Another game that is on my must-have list that's an indie title is Little Devil Inside.
I definitely want to play this game.
The artwork alone got me, but like seeing that like puppet string guy being chased in the woods by a bear.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Disco Elysium, the final cut season, which that looks like it's going to be a quirky game, but you know what? I'm a sucker for like storyboard type games, like and when I say storyboard games, think of games like Detroit Become Human. So
is this like the original plus the DLC? Because didn't this game come out?
Disco Elysium, the final cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the final cut is supposed to be the complete edition.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it didn't come out to PS4, correct? It was only on PC.
Yes. Yeah, it was a PC title. Yeah. Let's see. Season Open Roads. That's another one. Basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Recompile, which is a hacking themed platformer game coming to PS5. It caught my interest, and I think that was that featured on the Game Awards? Like, did they have a trailer for that? I can't remember, but I had to look it up.
I can't remember.
I don't know about the Game Awards.
Well, I know Fist Forged in Shadow Torch is one, because for some strange reason, like, Ed is just like all about that game and thinks that game is going to do better than It Takes Two.
I can't wait to play It Takes Two.
It Takes Two looks like it's going to be so fun, and man, if there's an online element to this game, man, this might be the next like couch coasting game. Honestly, Yeah, I've got my eye on that one.
Yes.
Solar Ash, which looks like the Solar Ash. What was the game that team did previously?
Uh,
I've been sharing all the links in the Twitch chat. So you can just click the link and go directly to the page for it.
the one that made
Developers.
Hyperlight.
Heart Machine.
I think
Hyperlight?
yes,
Yeah,
Hyperlight
yes.
Drift.
Yeah.
Hyperlight Drifter. That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
I don't know why I was having a hard time remembering that.
There's a lot of names that's close to that.
Yeah.
A lot of drifters.
And we're just adding this one in for a little bit of giggles. Goodbye Volcano High.
For the furries. And the reptilians. There's some reptiles in there. Fish people.
Nellie, remember when we were talking about this during the PlayStation reveal? we're like,
What is this?
who's the audience for this one?
Yeah, because I'm looking at the trailer yet again, and why?
Maybe they're thinking tweens are gonna have PS5s this year.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Never mind. Shut up. That's all I'm gonna say to myself.
Exactly. We don't want to get blackballed from an up and coming company. We support indies. So like if you guys send us a review copy, one of us here at Boss Rush Games or Crossroads will take a look at it. That's for real.
Y'all gonna feel real dumb when it wins Game of the Year.
Let's go blow Last of Us right out the water.
Yeah.
What if it outsells God of War Ragnarok? What if
I will try.
It's the new Minecraft. It's just everywhere. It's got 200 billion views or 200 billion hours worth of watched on YouTube.
all right. So I provide links to all these games that we just mentioned in the Twitch chat. Feel free to try it out. Hit us up over at our Twitter page to talk about some of these games. Like, we would love to hear what you guys have to say about this and what you guys think. Danny, do you have any final words, Mr. Indie Insider?
No, I'm good.
All right. So we actually have a rumor control topic tonight, and actually it's a bonus rumor control because it's got two juicy bits in it. The first one is that Sony is adapting 10 PlayStation franchises for television and movie. What could they be? You know what? If you had asked me this question 2 weeks ago, I probably would have wasted a lot of time, thinking about it. But honestly, I don't know if I have the energy to think about it because there's so many PlayStation franchises out there. But I have a funny feeling they're going to try and reboot one more time Ratchet and Clank, but it would do far better than what the movie did.
If they do, I really hope that they get a actual animation studio.
Yes.
To kind of work with them, and not try to do it in-house. I mean, I'm pretty sure Sony owns Illumination, if I remember correctly.
Probably. I'm not 100% sure about that. Probably.
And which no, Universal owns Illumination. That's right, because they're the ones making the Mario animated movie.
Wait, there's a Mario animated movie coming?
Forgot about that.
Yep. Yeah, the people who made the Minions movies, they're making a Super Mario Brothers movie animated.
Please do it right this time.
Since it's animated, I feel a little more confident.
I want it to be just as bad, if not worse, as that.
No,
Live action.
Dan.
Well, Dan's not coming back.
Like, damn, it's like pan now.
But
hey Dan, you're welcome back here on this show anytime. I'll get rid of these two.
Oh, remember you? Oh.
Fine. Me and Nellie are going to start our own show.
Hey! Slow down, man. We're gonna be on LAN party this week with you.
We'll start our own show with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah, I like Ratchet and Clank is the only one that kind of jumps out at me right now. It looks like Uncharted is bound to be movies, but it would have been nice if they had something kind of like a live action TV show for in the Uncharted series. Or hey, awesome!
I wonder if The Last of Us. I think
The Last of Us is being adapted. It's being
so we know Uncharted's happening. We know Last of Us is happening.
Yeah, Last of Us is being developed by HBO.
I think Ratchet and Clank's a safe bet. They're probably going to try to come up with a movie or TV show.
Austin, what if we get a Resistance Fallen Man show?
This is what I'm about to tell you.
Or a movie.
Resistance anime. And the Castlevania people, if we get a
show,
that thing would be...
Ooh!
That is what I really want, is the Resistance anime. I would be 100% in for that.
You know, another thing, though, they put so much lore into it, they could probably get away with a Killzone series or anime now, too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this: like the sky's the limit here, because in all seriousness, like, you know, like because of crossover like events, like what Dead Space did with their animated movies. Dante's Inferno had a crossover event. You know, and of course Mass Effect had a couple of things. Halo's had some things, you know, crossover stuff. I think they tried to do something with Gears of War, but it just never panned out. You know, stuff like that.
I think it's still like in production is the Gears of War movie, but
not World of Warcraft. I'm sorry, StarCraft. StarCraft had something planned, and didn't World of Warcraft have like an animated thing also before?
Well, Warcraft had a movie.
Well, after the movie, which you know, a lot of people said the movie was bad, but you know, I didn't really have a problem with it. Like it could have been better.
I didn't hate it,
but it wasn't bad. Yeah.
It wasn't Lord of the Rings, but it wasn't terrible.
I still need to go see. I still need to go see the Monster Hunter movie. I'm gonna try and go see that this weekend.
I've heard that one's bad. I've heard that one's
really bad. I've heard that one's bad too, but I need to see it.
Yeah.
Just get out of my system.
I need to see it. Just like I know there's going to be an audience for that Super Mario series. There's an audience for me with Monster Hunter.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Horizon Zero Dawn series.
I was just gonna say Horizon Zero Dawn is something I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Oh, and I would like to see a Days Gone series, because I feel like that game could be broken up easily.
Days Gone could work too, because it's, you know, and surely Netflix, they could get a Netflix deal for that one.
It's the Walking Dead on crack.
Yeah,
I just don't know how Horizon would work though.
Horizon needs a big budget. That's the problem. For it to really
like
cool, it needs a bigger budget.
Yeah, it'd be like 1.5 mil for every episode.
All right.
Probably we'll get a Sackboy Quibi show.
Hey.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
Actually. What about an Astro Playroom?
Well, other than Quibi being dead, yeah.
Actually, you know, a PlayStation franchise that would probably excel in animated form, Gravity Rush.
Gravity Rush.
Yeah. There's a lot to explore in that one.
We are missing a big one, and that's God of War. I feel like
I was thinking God of War
is gonna get something.
I was thinking God of War, but you know, I didn't realize how much I was, because let me just admit this right now. Like, God of War bored me halfway through God of War 2, so I wasn't really amped for any more God of War sequels.
You're talking about the older ones.
The older ones.
Oh, okay.
The older ones.
Okay.
So when the new one came out on PS4, the first thing I was like is, oh god, it's God of War. You know, that was the first thing I thought. And then, you know, when I saw that it was a different version of Kratos, I was like, okay, maybe I can get into this. You know, like, it's got the Norse mythology behind it, so like, maybe I can get into this. And now I'm like, man, like, when's the next God of War? Anything's coming. So yeah, you know, like a God of War, like you want to do a God of War TV show? Fine. You want to do a God of War movie? Fine. You want to do a God of War anime? Shoot. You want to do 5-minute God of War like clips on YouTube? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Just not that angry guy that was trying to kill all the gods of Olympus. Just not that guy. That guy's boring.
Mm.
Killing all the gods of Olympus is boring.
No. Not the act of killing all the gods, which was what was boring. I'm sorry, like Kratos. By the time I got to the end of God of War 2, I was like, Kratos is the biggest freaking emo kid.
Which is why they need to reboot him. That's why I said God of War needed a reboot and Ratchet and Clank need a reboot, and when they did it right.
You know what? I was starting fights about Final Fantasy VIII. I'm starting to fight right now about the original God of War series. You know where to find me. Hit me up on social media.
I mean, I think everybody agrees with you. That's why they got a revamp.
What about a Bloodborne anime?
Oh,
yes, I was thinking that too.
That would be straight to Netflix, or HBO Max might handle that one.
Dude, if we could get like a live action Bloodborne that looked legit, that'd be insane.
Yeah, but speaking of rumors, as far as like stuff that's coming out and being developed for TV, there's a rumor that Netflix is developing a Elder Scrolls TV series. So that could be interesting.
I still don't get it. I love Elder Scrolls. Skyrim is one of my favorite games of all time, and I put more hours in that game than any other game. I just don't get it. I don't understand how you can make an Elder Scrolls series that's like, I don't know. There's so much Elder Scrolls involved. Like, which game are you going to do? Is it going to be involved in a certain world that we've seen or a world that we haven't seen? If it's a world we haven't seen, what makes it Elder Scrolls? It looks like it's just kind of putting the name on it and calling it good. Everyone saw what The Witcher did on Netflix, and now we're going to get a ton of these shows.
Yeah.
And they're not all going to be good.
Yeah, true.
Was The Witcher good? I didn't watch it.
I've heard good things about The Witcher. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
I personally like it. Me, Logan, and Nick, we had a Witcher spoiler cast if anyone ever wants to watch it. But we all liked it. We all really did. But it's kind of goofy in a way. It's kind of corny in a way, but I think with as popular as it got, I think it's going to get a better budget. It's going to have a really good season, like The Mandalorian had a really good second season.
Well, I've heard the goofiness and the corniness of the show is because it's more attributed. It more follows along the books than it does the game.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard. Which I haven't read the books, and I've only played Witcher 3, so I don't know too much about the lore. Which is why I really enjoy the show. It's like, oh, I actually am able to understand what happened and why Yennefer is the way she is. Like, her backstory is tragic.
Yeah.
I had no idea, other than reading certain logs that were in The Witcher 3. So.
Yeah, I happened upon that myself. Like I said, I haven't seen the show yet, but I happened upon like her origins, and I was like, ooh, that's frightful.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I think we made decent time despite the technical difficulties here. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry about that. I'll figure out what's behind it. It's a good possibility I may be getting throttled because I changed some settings and now I'm streaming. I'm output streaming in 1440 instead of 1080, and that might have been the problem. All right, but as we wrap it up, everybody tell me real quick, what games have you guys been playing?
Working on Shadow of the Tomb Raider and causing destruction in Watch Dogs.
I was going to threaten you to hurry up and beat Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but I don't want Dan to jump on me about hurrying up and playing Final Fantasy VII. Austin, what are you throwing down on this week?
So I beat Jedi Fallen Order. I really, really like that game.
Nice. Let me ask you a question. Did you step down the difficulty during the
Yeah,
gameplay?
I did. I got so sick of it at the end. I was so sick of it. I was like, I know I am close. I know I'm within the last boss or the second to last boss. I know I'm that close. I just want to finish the game and see how it ends. And so I dropped it on easy. I was just like, forget this. And then easy is really easy. Like, it's really easy. Like, I didn't even feel like I had to evade or block or anything. I was like, oh wow, I could have blown for this game. But yeah, it was really fun. And then I started playing Evil Within. Yesterday. I don't know if I'm going to continue to play it though. I don't really care for it, but maybe I'm just not in the right.
I had that same problem. I had the same problem. I played the entire like opening chapter and stuff, and I was like, I don't know if I'm coming back to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it kicks off slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it picks up. I've seen people play it. That's why I was like, I'm playing this. And then being a Resident Evil fan.
Yeah, I heard it's Resident Evil 4. Like, it's a lot like Resident Evil 4. Is what I hear from her, which I also didn't play. So
you're not alone in that one.
But
I love Resident Evil 4.
I've only played 7. That's the only Resident Evil I've played. So I know.
Did you say 7?
Which is why I feel bad for coming up episodes of I know nothing. I know nothing. But I played Silent Hill, but I didn't play Resident Evil.
Oh man, Resident Evil 2 is like an all-time favorite of mine.
Yes,
the original,
the old school, or the remake.
I haven't played the remake.
Yeah.
Oh man, you are in for a ride. You are in for a ride when you.
No, but and then I'm playing Hades, and which I enjoy. I love it. It was the game of the year for Boss Rush for a reason.
Yeah,
great. It's a great game.
Yeah, Hades is on my backlog now, thanks to all the other games I have to play. Like Cyberpunk and Final Fantasy VII basically knocked a whole bunch of games down the list. Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy VII, and Fire Emblem.
Now, Dan, can I ask how high you had Hades?
On my Boss Rush list?
Was it on your Boss Rush list?
I think I had it at 4.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had mine was I put Xenoblade 5, Hades 4, Final Fantasy 7 3, Ghost of Tsushima 2, and Animal Crossing 1.
I had Hades at 5, Resident Evil 3 at 4, Final Fantasy 7 at 3, Cyberpunk at 2, and Miles Morales as 1.
Okay.
And by the way, we're talking about it. If you missed it earlier, we mentioned that there was we did a top 25 games from the Boss Rush crew. I'm putting that back in the chat one more time for you guys to see. Check out the link. Head over to the website and see if you agree with our picks. The way it broke down is every game that we listed. So from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. They each had their own point value. So your number 1 game had 5 points, your number 2 game had 4, 3, 2, 1, etc. Like that. And then the overall tally from 14 of us now at Boss Rush games.
Maybe more.
Yeah, I mean
maybe more.
We have picked up some new groups to the Boss Rush Entertainment Network. So there's that. I will be shutting those guys out on the next show because there's some fun stuff coming ahead. Nellie, did we get your games that you've been playing?
Yes, I said two.
That's right. Yeah, Dan, did we get yours?
No. So I wrapped up Ghost of Tsushima a month ago, and I've really just been playing that in between. Mm-hmm. But what I did pick up today was The Last of Us 2.
Oh, nice.
So I am I'm probably going to start that this weekend, and I'll probably play that thing pretty quickly because I loved the first one. I think my reservation with it was just I loved the first one so much that I just didn't want to. I didn't want to taint it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think I'm ready now.
That's honestly the same way I felt. That's why I've been taking so long to start it myself. I actually have the game. I just haven't started it yet because I love the first ones. I didn't think I was going to enjoy the first one as much as I did. Like it wound up becoming one of my top 5 PlayStation 4 PlayStation 4 games. No, 3. Yeah, PlayStation 3 games. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna play it, but I want to wait till PS5 because I want to play it on the. I want to play it on all the high optics. Once it gets optimized for PS5, that's when I'm gonna play.
Yeah, you want to have that experience. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our show for tonight. We'd like to go ahead and give a big thanks to you for tuning in to Crossroads PlayStation Podcast. Once again, I do apologize for technical difficulties I had there. It broke up the flow of the show. I will fix that for you guys and make sure it's a better experience for you next time. It's the first time it's happened though, so I mean, hey, 18 shows, like finally one broke. I think we're doing good. All right, before we head out, Dan, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at dcdm.com and check me out on Nintendo Pow Block every Wednesday.
All right, Nellie.
I am Planet Nellie on Twitter. Nellie is spelled N3LLIE, and you can also find me on Twitch under Bratface_87.
All right, awesome.
You can find me at PlayStation on Twitter, and then if you check the pinned tweet, you can catch me on PlayStation, Nintendo, and all that stuff as well.
All right, I'm surprised you're not doing what Joe does, and I just say check the show notes.
I mean, yeah. I guess I could do that. I don't know if we put it in the show notes, to be quite honest. So.
Actually, it's on our it's on our banner.
Go spell PlayStation, and then instead of the Asian, just put Austin, and you got it. But I'm not gonna tell you all my Switch code because I don't even know my Switch code. That's why I put it on there.
I don't know my Switch code either.
You're right. Yeah, Dan, do you know your Switch code?
No.
Wait, we gotta ask. Does Ed know his Switch code?
Oh, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does.
I don't know. He spends.
Let's take bets.
I don't think he does because he has so many games, so many systems. I don't even know how he remembers what he's playing.
I know. He was on our show last week and he listed off 38 games? 38 games? He listed off 38 games that he played and had ratings for our show. For our show.
That's because you guys held him off for 17 episodes, yeah? You would have spread it out.
You'll have to catch up on.
Like, man.
That's awesome.
No, it was awesome having Ed here last week. It was awesome.
That was great.
It was awesome. As usual, you can catch me on social media, Exodus803. That's EXODUS803. That's also the Twitch channel that you're watching this show on now. Thank you very much. And also, you may have heard last week that I actually was able to claim, finally, that my name for my YouTube channel. So yes, Exodus803, the YouTube channel is out there now. Please come out there, check me out. I don't have a lot of content up there yet, but that's going to change real soon. And also, just a reminder, head over to BossRushGames.com and take a look at the content Boss Rush has to offer. This week, the Arsenal X team discussed their personal top 5 Xbox games of 2020 and the games they're looking forward to in 2021. Eddie V and myself, Eddie V, yeah, that guy that we love and we have nothing but wonderful things to say. Eddie V and I were featured on this week's recap on Expansion Pack, talking about the Resident Evil movie franchise. So give that a check. Also, be sure to not forget about our other shows and editorials. If you really do love us, come be one of a. Wow, I get all the way to the end of the show and finally get tongue twisted. I even work through a freaking technicality on the show, and I finally get tongue twisted. So let's try this again. If you really do love us, come be one of the community over at our Discord, which is simply called Boss Rush Games. I'm providing the link for our Discord server right now in the chat. Also, don't forget. We do have an event going on where it's a Boss Rush Games challenge for your backlog. If you have games that you've been meaning to play, hey, come check it out. I'm putting the link to the backlog challenge in the chat again one more time for you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much our show for tonight. You can chat with us, the Crossroads crew of Boss Rush Games, over our Twitter on @PS_Crossroads, where we hold it down with more news, events, and topics. And before we head out, the Boss Rush Games family wants you all to have a great night and go out there, play games. And what did troublemakers in the chat? I need a mod right now to ban this person for 3 weeks. Starting fights about Final Fantasy VIII. I mean, you're gonna have. Hey. What was that line in Nellie Professor? You gonna walk over? You gonna limp back?
Who's starting fights about Final Fantasy VIII?
Nellie's cousin. Nellie's like, now why am I in it?
I don't know who that is.
Alright guys, have a good night. Play games, be better. We'll be back here next week for some more PlayStation talk. It's been fun. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Boy.